What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and what we're going to be talking about today is Vick is still our quarterback, and we're going to still be going out there and trying to experiment with throwing the streaks because, obviously, like I said, there is no way realistically to kind of defend it one-on-one, regardless of what you guys have been giving me as feedback. Keep in mind, guys, that I'm not following up on anything else that you guys are saying other than the fact that people are trying to defend the streaks, and you guys are coming back and telling me I'm still mossing them, which is very, very, that's what I want to hear pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I just want to make sure you guys understand I'm doing my part to make sure that we still can moss in whatever type of coverage, that we go into. So every game that I go into, it's always like interesting to see how many people they put out there to actually defend. Realistically speaking, if it's only, double coverage 2x, we're pretty much going to get it like 98% of the time. The 3 times the coverage is down to like 80% because there is a tuning factor with the way that you guys animate. And for those of you guys that have been still mossing, you guys understand that. The timing can be drastically changed for different reasons, but one of the main things that you guys were asking, as you guys see the packs that I just opened, that's fan appreciation, bro. Those cards are worth 40K. Imagine, those things are going for ridiculous prices just a couple months ago, but that's neither here nor there. Right now, we're going to be talking about just like the timing aspect of what you guys are doing. Pretty much, for the most part, we're not going to be going back to Grunk, even though Grunk would probably eat up the 3 times coverage and the 4 times coverage a lot better than Randy Moss. We're not going to go back to Grunk because Grunk doesn't give us the advantage of actually beating the defense over the top when they get caught up in their man-to-man coverage and things like that that they've been running. Now, remember, like I told you guys before, for those of you guys having the issue with, man coverage and being pressed, you can simply just go ahead and motion your receivers on the, the strong side, the weak side, depending on the formation. Right there, we come right out and we just throw it into double coverage. Now, double coverage is not hard to moss. So that's not, like, pretty much with that doesn't really matter right there. Like, the way he's playing it underneath and one guy over the top, this is actually very, very bad defense for the Moss, if you know what you're doing. Right there, he sacks me. That's pretty good. Good stuff by him. I want to go ahead and point out, though, when you look at this right here, you can see it's double coverage on both sides now. He's going to go to 3 times coverage when he realizes, he's going to realize that he can't stop me with just doing double coverage. So I just want to go ahead and point this out. That's, again, it's 4th and 20. We're going to go ahead and moss him, whatever. All right, we're going to go ahead and get this touchdown real quick after we got to do a couple things. And then we're going to go and see, once he starts doing the 3 times, that's when it gets a little bit more difficult. All right, for those of you guys that are trying to figure out, because you guys have seen me moss 3 people, 4 people, so you guys know what can be done. The problem is the consistency with it. So pretty much it's user versus user. Think about it like this, right? For those of you guys that join me during my Twitch streams when I'm doing sports and fitness on Twitch, you guys can see that Calvin Johnson and Randy Moss actually caught balls like this with triple, quadruple coverage and stuff like that. So it's all about timing with the jump. So when you guys are like, yo, bro, like it's mad fake, all that stuff like that, it's really not, though. And I think we discovered through my podcast, my live streams on Twitch, that Patrick Mahomes is really to blame for this entire game because he does things that are impossible. And EA gives every quarterback those abilities. Like Patrick Mahomes can throw the ball on any angle. He can be dropping backwards, going forward, throwing off his back foot, falling, doing whatever he wants. It's a very, very wild scenario. So all of these crossbody throws, we actually looked at it during our live stream, and Patrick Mahomes made every single one, no matter which one you want to bring out. So it's not like it's something that is, pretty much unreal anymore, and I accept it. I'm like, all right, EA, you got me. I can't argue about it anymore, so all we can do is come out here and try to stop it. I don't know why that idiot didn't just sack him and then allowed him to get his delay route off. That was so wild, bro. That could have been a fumble. They gave me the right animation. I just didn't get the fumble that I wanted. So, pretty much right now, as we're having fun with the game, I don't think that EA Sports is going to take away your ability. Oh, my God. I tried to hit stick to air. Good play right there by him. EA Sports is not going to take away your ability to moss people. I don't believe in Madden 21, but it's going to be still more of a user versus user type thing. Now, what most of you guys don't understand is that this is kind of tricky because some people consider it skill, some people consider it an exploit. Regardless of what you think, user versus user is something that needs to be brought back in Madden. And when I say that, I'm going back, 25, 13, 12, when you couldn't just do whatever you wanted. Like, bro, I've been throwing streaks since Madden was around, bro. Like, even when dudes didn't even understand what streaks was. I've always been that guy that wants the, you know, I want the quick play. I want the touchdown fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to make sure that I score really quickly, come back out, play defense, and get you to rage quit. That's my thing. Okay, right there we had the in route wide open, and then we had this dude going up there crazy. Yeah, it's wild. So right here, you're going to go ahead and see what's going on. You see the double coverage, and then on the left side is triple coverage. So he saw last time I mossed him with the double coverage, so he triple teams Calvin and gives me a double team on Randy Moss. That's a mistake, okay? Because I'm going to moss both those idiots. Now, after that play, the rest of the game is all triple teams. Now, this is where, you know, you guys have been asking me, you know, bro, I've been trying to figure it out, like what's going on, how are you doing it? It takes a lot of time to understand. And keep in mind, in these head-to-head games, when you play me in head-to-head, if you're one of those individuals, I'm not really worried about losing in a head-to-head game. I'm just trying to experiment and see what's going on because I just need to win in weekend league. You know, when you get the packs and all the other stuff that really matters. So I need to see defenses like this because typically I can tell you straight up, if Gronk was one of my receivers with abilities, I would have been mossing triple coverage this entire game because Gronk has the body to do so. Randy Moss is not built, you know, Randy Moss is built like Slender Man, bro. Like the dude's running around. Calvin can do it, you know, sometimes, but it's not as consistent as Gronk. The problem is Gronk is a 94 speed chemmed up for me. So if you know, give me the over the top and I throw up, you know, a deep pass, you can now catch up to me. And that costs me big plays. So I'd rather sacrifice that with somebody that's going to run a defense that has, you know, pretty much quadruple, triple coverage, whatever, and see what can happen as opposed to having Gronk, where I know that you can take advantage of the fact that he's slower and, you know, manipulate the way that you play your defense. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. For those of you guys that are trying to figure out, like, yo, you went away from Gronk, you got abilities on Michael Vick now. I took it off my running backs because I want to see what happens with these guys that run the triple coverage, right? If I can run around, which I should be able to. And that's what I actually discovered recently, right? Now that I know that dudes realize that the double team is like you're asking for it. Like the double team is like, yo, bro, I'm right here, come get some. Like that's pretty much what you're doing when you go with a double team. You have to triple team my receivers. So because of that, for those of you guys that have reached, it's like the Super Saiyan level, how Goku goes from level to level. Shout out to all my Dragon Ball Z dudes. I'm at a different tier. So what you see other people do and what I do is different. I'm looking for, you know, you got to come out in triple coverage to stop me. You need triple coverage both sides. That's the end of the story. I don't care what's going on. That's what you need to do in order to stop me. So because of that, I have to adjust with the way that I'm playing because now I'm getting dudes running triple coverage every play, like right out the gate. You know what I'm saying? The number one player in the world, I showed you guys in one of my recent videos, he comes out the gate double and triple teaming me. And, you know, that's something that they understand. They need to do that in order to stop me. So I, you know, running around with Aaron Rodgers, I couldn't do much. I had to go for that on fourth down. I just had to do it. I can't do much with Aaron Rodgers. But with Michael Vick now, I can pick up 15, 20 yards. You know, I can run down the field. So with those type of things, it makes it very, very difficult for your opponent. Now, for those of you guys that are mossing and you guys are at the lowest level tier of whatever you're trying to to achieve, once you start mossing in single coverage, I do like Aaron Rodgers still to me is the best quarterback as far as release and everything, but I do understand why you guys have been saying like, you know, faster quarterbacks run the game. Okay, it's just the fact that I don't want to run around and do certain things, but I understand because at this point right now, if you need to triple team both sides of the field, that should open up everything else. And believe me, when you guys start understanding the capabilities of what Moss action can do, it opens up your whole game. And a lot of you guys that weren't winning a lot of games, now you guys are winning in weekend league and stuff like that, because you guys are starting to understand a little bit of user can take you a long way. But not only that, I feel that the game was tuned. Are we going for triple? You see how Calvin is animating, but they're giving him that catch animation where he's like, you know, diving with his back turned. Gronk would stand upright with streak specialists. Like Gronk literally stands upright with it right there. We try to hit him with a post. All three of them. Like this dude is not playing games, bro. The dude has triple coverage. He doesn't care about anything. He's like, listen, I'm not about to just get dealt with accordingly. Like, bro, I'm not about to walk away at a 90-degree angle. You're not finna do me like this, Gmia. And I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Well, okay, good stuff. Hit me with the delay route. All right. With this formation, right? I understand what he's doing. And like I said, I don't give out like information on how to stop people's schemes and stuff like that. That's not what I do. I just show you guys the gameplay. But I'm letting you know that it's possible to deal with this type of stuff. All right? Because ultimately, if this is working for him, where he can actually, you know, he has a scheme, he's throwing the out routes now because he's seen that I'm blitzing everybody and stuff like that. Some idiot is offsides as Sap just sheds up the middle. Yo, bro, I just can't deal with it sometimes. But again, it's for you guys to figure out, right? In certain cases, you can blitz less people based on what your opponent is keen to do. Like, he knows that I'm sending everybody, my GM, the coaches, the cheerleaders, everybody at him, right? So he got smarter. He started to, you know, do the little baby out routes and stuff like that. Get some people downfield. And that's what you're supposed to do. But now, defensively, you have to change everything. Now look, this is all triple coverage. Everything is triple coverage. Notice that there aren't interceptions though. Notice that I'm animating, but I'm getting the wrong animation. I just want to point that out to you guys. If you start getting that animation, you're starting to understand what's going on as far as, you know, maximum Moss action. I tried to get that pick. Oh my God, Acrobat just failed me. And how did Delaney Walker get up that fast and start running? That was crazy. Yeah, bro, I don't even understand that. But again, the animation is key, because that animation is letting you know that he wants to animate, he's just getting the wrong one. Just to kind of give you guys a heads up. Now, you'll see that even with all the stuff that he's doing, now he's double teamed. That was a double team on Lawrence Taylor. That's why he got taken out of the play. You'll start to see I'm starting to get a lot more sheds, and I'm manipulating the angles in which my guys are blitzing. I'm putting guys in zone, and you see guys screaming. That's up to you guys to do those adjustments, because you have to take away the first read. That's realistically what you need to do to most of the players, that when you're blitzing them heavy and they got to make reads, take away the first read. And that's what I started to do. And then now you got to make sure your angles are right. You got to know when to use contains, when not to use contains. Those are the things that make Madden a game that we all grew up loving. You know, when we had to, outthink our opponent and figure stuff out. Because let's just be real about it. If you just come out and you run like, your corner routes, your posts, whatever like that, in routes, people are going to think that you're a good player. But realistically, that's the easiest way to do stuff. Like, bro, just come out and do what everybody else is doing. When you find something that very minimal people can do, that's when it becomes a thing. Like right here, this man has not played less than 3. And I thought I actually caught that. That was actually a wild pick because Randy Moss animated. I thought I caught it, but it didn't really matter. There's 12 seconds left of the game. But that's what we have to go up against right now. You understand? We have to start looking for ways to beat that triple coverage. At this point, many of you guys are beating single. Very, very proud of you guys, sending me your footage and stuff like that. Very, very happy. Double team, some of you guys are beating the double team. But we have to get to that triple team status, because after the triple team, there's nothing you can do. So we're going to figure out that timing. I'll be back with it. I've been labbing it a lot, jumping into head-to-head games and just seeing what I can do with it. Just going out and throwing streaks. It's the reps that's getting us to the next level. So again, Michael Vick is going to probably stay around for a little bit, because the dude has what we need as far as speed and gunslinger ×2. I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible with more streaks. Until next time, one love, y'all.